Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of what is hopefully a long-running Evolve series. The episode we're doing today is going to be some Goliath gameplay. This is going to be slightly different than how I've done basically any video. This is post-commentary. I did this, and I probably will only be doing this for when I'm playing the monster. Because when I'm playing the hunter, obviously I'm going to be communicating with people on my team. And you will be seeing hunter gameplay at some point. Those videos will go up. I'm going to record with my good buddy Dan, and we're going to play some of that. But yeah, we're going to play Evolve today, and I'm playing Goliath, which is kind of the starter monster. I haven't unlocked any. I haven't been playing a whole lot of the monster. But yeah, Goliath is our starter monster. He's kind of tanky. He's somewhat fast. He does really good damage kind of throughout the game, but he doesn't really excel, I don't think, in any one particular area. And right now I think we're just in the waiting room, hoping that people join and things like that, and hoping that I get the monster, because the way this game works is you kind of put in your preference for what role you're going to get, and it kind of weighs those preferences with everybody else's, and then it chooses what you're going to be depending on what everyone else chose. So we're going to start off here in the weather control, which is it's a pretty open map. There's no real bottlenecking areas. You'll see that when it comes up. I think I check my map immediately once I start, just so I have a good idea of where I want to go. This is the hunt mode. There's also, you can see that in the bottom right corner, there's also defend and nest, but maybe we'll see those at some point. This is definitely by far my favorite mode, and I think this is the mode that when they came up with the game, this is the one they had in mind. So it's obviously the most fleshed out and the most forward. And I do a little overview, hopefully, here in a second. Wait for players to load. The one gripe I do have, and I hope this gets fixed, is that all the matchmaking stuff takes a little while, but it's not that bad. It's definitely better than it was in the beta. But yeah, so you have the Wraith, the Kraken, and Goliath. The Wraith is a more stealth-focused character. Kraken is mid-range, so he has some mobile ranged attacks, as well as, he can fly. So that makes it really good. I take the climb speed perk here. And there are some really good perks. I think you could make a really good argument for any one of these. But I take climb speed because I've noticed playing the hunters a lot that you tend to slow down a ton trying to get up over vertical surfaces. And being Goliath, I can climb really quickly with that climb speed perk and kind of get away that direction. Horizontally, the hunters move pretty quickly, but on vertical areas, they have to use their jetpack fuel to get up even, these sheer ridges and stuff like that. So it slows them down a ton, and trust me, I hate it. You'll probably see me gripe about it in the hunter gameplay. I get really upset when I don't have enough jetpack fuel to get over a hill. So yeah, it starts out a little framey, just because this game is really intensive. My computer can't handle it perfectly, but it gets good. It gets better. So I start out crouching. I do a lot of crouching and hiding, and that's just kind of my gameplay style. I like to crouch. Crouching makes it so you don't leave footsteps, which is really important, but you move a lot slower. So if they're already on your trail, it's a good idea to just run. Footsteps is really just if they've lost your trail, you can keep them guessing the whole time. If you guys who don't know, the rule of the game is that you want to just, as the monster, escape from the hunters in the early stages. There's 3 stages. I'm in stage 1. And you can then, go after some monsters, and you attack, and these, local fauna, you kill the local fauna and eat it, and it gives you armor, and the armor is the blue bar that you see up the top there. Armor, it kind of, so you get it back from eating monsters, but once you lose it, you start taking damage, to your actual health, which is the red meter, and when you take damage on your health, that can't be regenerated. The armor can. So taking damage to your health in the early game can be really detrimental. It can leave it. Oh, I almost got spotted there. Or I think I did get spotted. Yeah, they were on top of me. Taking damage in the early game, especially to the health bar, is really dangerous, and something that you definitely don't want to do. They spot me, but I use my jumps. You have 3 jumps that's indicated by the stamina underneath the aiming reticle. You can see that. And those regenerate over time, but they allow you to move way faster than the hunters can. Yeah, so once you've taken enough armor damage, you start to take health damage, and that's when things start to go downhill. What I like to do is hide, run away, feast, get to, you know, stage 2, do the same thing. I actually wait all the way to stage 3 to try to do any conflict with the hunters, though I do believe I get caught at some point in the middle here and we have a tiny skirmish. I take way more damage than I do to them, which is not good. So, again, I go into this corner, and I think I realized that I had nowhere to go back here. Like, it's... I don't know if I'll check the map, I think I do, but there's no outlet, right? The only way to go out is coming back the way that I came in. And this is kind of a closed-off space, so I definitely didn't want to fight... Yeah, see, I'm in the corner of the map. I definitely didn't want to fight anybody in here, so I'm just kind of being cautious and wary, hoping that they don't find me over here. I have a movement speed buff. I didn't even realize that I ate a monster who gave me a buff. I don't think when I was playing, which was really cool. Oh, I was tracked by the UAV. See, these are things that I wasn't paying attention to. I was just kind of like looking out and hoping that they didn't find me. And now it makes a lot more sense that they knew exactly where I was. But yeah, so you eat these monsters. You get these abilities at the top. I don't use them a whole lot in the early game. I use them a lot more in the late game. For the Goliath, those attacks are the charge, which is my Y. I use it right here. I use it a lot to escape. It makes Goliath move a lot faster. He also pushes away any enemies that he runs into, so it does some good knockback as well. It's just a good, I think, utility in general, as well as a good damage dealer. His X move there is the flamethrower. Flamethrower is just his area damage. It does damage over time. It's kind of a crowd control. If you can get a lot of them in front of you, you can do a lot of damage to a lot of the hunters really, really quickly. I took leap attack as well. I don't think I use it until the fights, but leap attack is my right bumper move there. Leap attack allows you to kind of jump a good distance and do an area of effect. I don't want to say, like, it's just like an AoE damage effect when you hit the ground. It's really good for getting around and chasing after hunters who are kind of backing up, you know, trying to kite you. The other move is the boulder toss, which is very similar, I think, in use to the leap smash, because leap smash is also, like, the boulder attack is also, you pull a big boulder out of the ground, you throw it at somebody who's running away. It does a good amount of knockback and area damage. The difference being that you keep your distance from the hunters. I don't like it too much. I'm really, really bad at aiming it, so I usually don't pick it up until stage 3. So I can evolve. I've eaten enough animals. I can evolve right now. There are some downsides to evolving. Evolving means that you do get more health. I don't know what it's proportional to. I think there's just 3 different sources of health. I messed up right here too. I accidentally let go of the left and right trigger, but it's actually okay because they were on the trail, so I would have been caught with evolution. Anyway, during evolution, you lose all your armor, you get extra health, but you go to the next stage. That time when you're losing armor, if you're getting hit, you're losing health too. So you're super vulnerable. It takes a couple seconds, maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds to evolve to the next stage. So that's, 45 seconds where you're not moving, you're in the same place, and you're taking health damage if you're being attacked. It's all very... You have to find a good place to be hidden and away from the hunters in order to do it. So using, thinking of strategic timing is always important. And I'm sorry that this episode is just going to be a lot of me telling you about the mechanics of the game. That's just how it's going to be for, like, the first episode, probably, of each of the different classes and monsters. If I do end up... I'm going to end up doing all the monsters. It's how it's going to be for when I do each of the classes. And, definitely for this first time doing the monsters, because there's so much going on with the monster. It's really not as complicated as it sounds. Once you get into it, it's pretty easy. Very straightforward. Essentially, eat, run away, stay hidden, throw. Once you get to stage 3, you're basically strong enough to take on all of the hunters. They dome shielded right there, but they missed me, so I was like, oh, I saw an opportunity. When they're in the dome shield, they can't escape it. They thought that they caught me. They were still in it when I was that far away, so I was like, I have plenty of time to get myself evolved. I take 2nd level charge, fire breath, and leap smash, and then I think I might have grabbed 1st level of rock throw. Yeah. So it's good to have all 4 abilities just in case you need them. You get like diminishing returns on the other ones, and you at least have that extra damage output. Just having it. So having that 4th ability, even if it's ability that you don't necessarily use all the time, or does less damage than the others, is still good to have all 4 at some point, because it is, extra damage output that you're not getting from the other ones. Because the rest of them, they get percentage increases, but they don't, ever double in damage or anything. So at this point, I'm out of armor. I made a bad decision of trying to attack these mammoth birds right here, and they electrocuted me, and I lost some health. But yeah, when you evolve, your armor resets back to 0, but you have a little bit more health now, so I'm going around looking for things to eat. I made the really poor choice of basically going in the same direction that I was the whole time. Like, I'm kind of going in this clockwise motion around the map, but it doesn't seem like it's been, failing for me. So I'm like, is it right here? At some point, I'm like, oh, let's try going back the other direction, like maybe throw them off. Because I only see one guy over there. So I'm like, I'll go back. I use the charge because I think they're going to find me. And, they're right here. And so I'm like, oh, if I keep going, they're going to see me in that opening right there. So I duck down and I hide in this bush. And this is a seriously, underrated strategy that I see a lot of really, really good monsters use. If you just stand still and duck in a bush, it's actually very hard for anybody to see you. Especially when you're in the later levels of Fire Breath. I think at Fire Breath level 3, you kind of glow this really, really crazy red. And you still do right now, but it's not as much. So it's easier to see people in that form. But hiding in the fauna, super, super useful. They just pass me by and I can keep going unnoticed, and I get to eat some more food. So at stage 2, you're probably on even standing with the hunters. You're probably about as powerful as they are, I would say, as a combined group. So you can do some skirmishes with them. You prefer to do it with some armor, so you're not losing health if you do. I think the most important thing, and I don't know if I actually get anybody to this point in this skirmish, but the most important thing is to down some people. As a hunter, you have a health bar too, but you can be knocked down by the monster. When the health bar depletes, you're not dead, you're just down. Think like a Call of Duty's Last Chance thing. I can't remember what that's called. I didn't play a whole lot of Call of Duty. Your teammates can revive you, right? So you're sitting there on the ground shooting with your pistol. Your teammates revive you, you come back to life, but a section of your health bar is permanently missing, right? This can happen twice, and you end up getting down to about a little over half your max health if you've been down twice. So when you come back, you only have a third, or that last little bit, and when you get down the third time, you die. The hunters do come back. There's a drop ship that drops them every 2 minutes when they die, so as the monster, if you kill somebody, you only have 2 minutes till they're back. If they've been down 3 times, though, they'll come back with only they'll only come back with a little over half their health maximum, and when they die once, or when they're down once, they'll die permanently. So even in the mid-game, knocking people down is it's important, because it will, permanently gimp the hunter team. So I get caught in the bubble shield here, and I try to stay above them and away from them. I do a really, really bad job in this fight. A really terrible job. I didn't know who to focus. I was thinking maybe I'll focus the Trapper, because if you knock down the Trapper, he's the guy who lays down the bubble shield. But if you can down the Trapper, then you down the bubble shield. It's really, really important. You can escape then. And I was like, well, maybe I'll try to do that. But he was kiting me really, really hard. So I was like, okay, I'll go after the medic. That's a really important one too. If you can get off the medic, you have a better chance of offing everybody else without them getting picked back up. And this medic, I think, is Hyra, and she has an AoE heal. She has a grenade launcher, but it shoots healing grenades. I get out just before I take any real damage to my health. Yeah, so I took some armor damage, but I get out before I take any real damage to my health, and I just escape. I'm like, I'm doing really, really badly in this fight. I didn't want to continue it. And if I had continued it, I would have lost more health. And losing health is a permanent disadvantage for the monster because you don't get that health back. So I escape, I run away, I'm a wimp. This playstyle I think probably fits better with the Wraith, which is the stealthier character that really is very, very weak in the first 2 stages of his of the monster cycle, but in the 3rd stage, is complete powerhouse, is very, very dangerous to be, fighting as anybody. Really, really good at picking off people just as one, and if they're in big groups, you have this power that does really, really good AoE damage. Anyway. I play a lot more similarly to what I imagine a Wraith would probably play like, though it does work. It does help to be kind of stealthy with all of the monsters so far. So we're almost to stage 3 here. I have enough stuff eaten to get to stage 3. I get attacked by these what are they called? It's whatever Daisy is. I can't remember what they're called for the life of me for some reason. But yeah, they're a pain in the butt. They are hard to kill. They do a lot of damage, so I just kind of get away from them and hope they walk away. And I go to evolve to stage 3. So in stage 3, I think I decide to take Charge level 3, Fire Breath level 3, and Leap Smash level 2. And I do this because I use Charge a lot more. I use a lot of Charge just to escape, to get around. It's really, really helpful for me. So having the lower cooldown and the extra damage is nice. I really like Fire. It's easy to get hunters who like to fly around. I've noticed that these hunters in particular, their medic is a really, really big fan of just trying to stay above my head. And I didn't do as many jumping regular attacks, because you do have like just a neutral attack, which is what you see here, is when you smacking things. If you jump and do that, you kind of do like a overhead swing and just knock people to the ground that are in the air, and I just didn't do that enough in this match. Something that I need to work on. I just got a buff that melee attacks poison targets. I didn't even know that I got that, so pay attention to those things. Those buffs are really, really good too. Super helpful. So this is stage 3. At stage 3 is the monster you can either kill all the hunters, or there's this power relay that you can attack. And if you attack that power relay and get it down to 0 and kill it, you win. If you kill all the hunters, you win. If the hunters kill you, you lose. So at this point, they're going to guard the power relay, and I notice that they're not going to come after me. I'm like, well, I don't have my full armor yet, and I want to go into this fight with full armor, so I decided to go ahead and just finish that up by eating these monsters here. So I go whole hog. I just burn the hell out of this big monster. This big neutral mob. Eat him. Yep, 4 or something. You know, basically maxes out my armor. So I'm ready. I go in. Who did I focus first here? I think I actually focused the Trapper first, because I knew he was giving me a ton of trouble. He had a ton of harpoon shots out. Or he was really good at using his harpoon gun. It was really throwing me off, making it hard for me to chase everybody else. And he was getting... Oh, yeah, I did go after him. So, I could have gone after any number of people, but I see him, and he's going, and he's separating from the group. That's really good. And he gets separated even further. He's used his jetpack. He's down below. He doesn't have any way to escape. No jetpack fuel means you can't really climb the wall very fast, and he gets cornered over here. So when he's down, the bubble shield goes down, and I just continue to take him out. If the teammates can't revive him before I kill him, he just dies permanently. He has to wait 2 minutes before he can respawn. This gives me a chance to go after the medic. Medic, flying all around, trying to escape. I made a poor decision of using my charge attack there, but I see the medic. I go for a pound or a jump, a leap smash, and I just keep pursuing. Flamethrower, charge, goes, catch up with her. She's doing a good job of kiting me though. Everyone else is still doing damage. She's trying to fly away, but she gets stuck on this pipe here. Not good for them. And I catch her back here. Take it down. Her health bar disappears here, so I'm just like, am I actually doing damage right now? I didn't know, but yeah, it said medic was dead, so I went after it. The Sultan has like his personal shield that he uses, so I was gonna go after the support, but I couldn't find him anywhere. And to kind of negate him doing damage to me, I decided to use the charge attack while he has the personal shield up, and it does some knockback. And as the hunters, if you're being knocked back, you can't actually shoot or fire. So even though he had this personal shield up, he wasn't able to get off as much damage as I think he would have liked to. So I'm down to just the support, and the support has laid down all these really, really annoying turrets that are going to do damage to me as I try to get this power relay up. So I took a second to destroy those, and I tried to do it again, but there's another turret. And I'm getting really annoyed with the support. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do this, and I start using my sniff ability, which I didn't talk about. Hitting in the right trigger, or the, well, I don't know what it is on PC controls. As the monster, I tend to use the Xbox controller. But hitting R3 sends out this like echolocation looking thing, and it's me smelling, and you can see all nearby wildlife and all the hunters. So I'm using this to try to find him, but the support has this nifty ability of being able to turn invisible. So he's using that to his advantage. And I can't find him with it until then, so I decided to go after the power relay. There's only 4 seconds till they respawn. And I'm really, really worried because I don't know how much, like, if I can do another skirmish like that. So I see him. I decide to take my opportunity. I'm not going to get to the power relay before the other people come in. Might as well get the support out of the way so I don't have to deal with so many of his turrets during the next skirmish. Plus the dropship will just landed, and he'll have to wait a whole another 2 minutes before he can respawn, which means the whole fight they're only going to have 3 members. So I take him down, I incapacitate him, I kill him, and I go back up to the power relay because oh no, I go to get more armor. I don't have any armor. I'm like, well, I don't want to lose health immediately. They're about to get dropped in. Oh, there they are. And I was just like, oh, might as well have some armor. And I was like, fight. I'm getting messed up like 3 times here trying to climb the side of this thing. So I climb the side of it, and I look for the medic. Immediately go for the medic. Oh, is that the trapper again? Did I go for the trapper? I guess I went for the trapper first. Oh yeah, okay, I did go for the medic. I was like, this isn't working. Why isn't this working? She tries to fly away, and you can see if I hit her out of the air, she just falls straight down. The trapper's doing a really good job of slowing my movement with his harpoon gun, but I'm on the hot pursuit. Gotta get this medic out of the way. She's healing herself with her healing gun, which is an AoE, which is something that the other medics can't really do, and it makes her a little bit stronger in that sense, but I still take her down. She gets kind of separated from everyone else. The other 2 are coming after me. And I think, well, do I want to go after the assault, or do I want to go after the trapper? And I decided to go after the trapper, and I'll tell you why. The assault, I know that if I start to focus him, he'll start to use his shield, like he just did. And if he uses his shield, I won't be able to do any damage to him, and then I'll be wasting my time trying to attack him. So I get the trapper down, and I'm like, well, I can kill him, but really there's only one person left who's going to be able to revive him. So I go after the assault. If the assault ever gets away from me, he's got to go towards the trapper. So I'm kind of making him have to go towards that direction. And I just take him out with a plethora of regular attacks, and that's it. So that was the end of the match. I can guarantee I'm not going to win every match. That was a really long match, and that just kind of comes with the way that I play. I don't really play that all that aggressively. I like to sneak and hide around and things like that. So expect to see a decent number of 15-20 minute matches if I do survive past like the early stages of the game. So you get through this big stats page. And I didn't do that good, but I did use a lot of regular attacks. I didn't use a whole lot of my abilities. And then I think I just end the game there. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. That was the first episode of the Evolve series, and I hope you'll watch more of it. And let me know how you like it.